wifey pay $100 or $80, special cups and shit, man. And I never knew that the boosters was going to go get these motherfuckers. So wherever you at with these cups, tap in 100%. Oh, my mama.
We're gonna start selling them on the low.
Let's kick it off.
The Stanley Cup is the top prize in hockey. It's also the name of a wildly popular and pretty expensive insulated drinking mug. So it's no surprise Stanley Cups have become a target of thieves.
It's a Stanley Cup crime spree. Watch what happens when these ladies spot a wall of the wildly popular mugs at a sporting goods store in Cincinnati. One by one, they stuff them into bags, snatching 28 in total before sprinting out the front door. Look at them go. In another incident in Florida, 24.
Damn.
You realize we have y'all on video, right? Stealing the Stanley Cups from the Ace Hardware here, and then y'all go to the Ace Hardware over here.
Ever since the Tumblers became a hot commodity last summer, I got a Stanley! Police say they've been busting thieves across the USA. Just look at all those stolen Stanleys stored in the trunks of cars. In Ohio, police say they arrested this woman going 115 miles per hour. And when they pulled her over,
You'll never catch me alive, Cummers.
The evidence is in the trunk.
Stolen Stanley Cups.
Tell me what I did. Stealing from debts.
She's pleaded not guilty. Police say some crooks are getting clever, like this woman who is carrying a printed list of limited edition mugs so she can target the most expensive Stanleys. Louisiana Sergeant Jake Morris.
As Stanley releases all these new vibrant colors, the criminals are targeting that. They're intelligent enough to know what's going to sell on the street.
Stanley Cups can go for big bucks online. The limited edition purple collaboration with singer Olivia Rodrigo. This one is selling on eBay for an opening bid of $10,000.
Oh, word. Okay. That's why. They try to cook. It's like how people was going crazy over the Beanie Babies. Remember back in the day?
Facts.
You know what I mean? But here's the thing.
Motherfuckers at McDonald's.
Yep, they had them everywhere. Bruh had like the dude who owned the fucking Beanie Baby shit. He had he had bought a Trump Towers, he bought a former Trump Towers building, right, or hotel, and he just had the whole thing set up, just cranking out Beanie Babies, bruh. It was somewhere in America. I can't remember what state he was in, but like, yeah, they were killing shit, and that was an early like eBay or even like online. They had early websites in the 90s where people were like trading them and selling them, buying and selling them, whatnot. But like the Stanleys, just real quick thoughts on the Stanleys. All my kids got Stanleys. My girl got one. Everybody got one but me.
You know, I ain't fucking with that shit. I don't need that to drink no motherfucking water out of.
Yeah, the whole thing is like, because you know what I'm saying, like the kids go to school, they have their water, they have water all day.
I know,
like,
I understand that.
You know, back in our days, we had a water fountain. You know,
I got a water bottle.
Like, you know, I did not allow my kids. Once the COVID came out, you ain't touching no goddamn water fountain. You know
100%. I definitely understand.
I feel like this ties into the uprise of the Stanleys. Here's what scares me about the Stanleys. It's like, man, that's a melee weapon if I've ever seen one, bro. You ever held one of them motherfuckers?
Hell yeah! Like I said, my wife paid $100 for a cup before, bro. She didn't pay $100 for a cup before. 100%.
Yeah, them Stanleys go for like 30. They go the shit easily $30, $40, and they're like, oh my god, it's a deal.
It was the regular ones, so everything.
Yeah, exactly, just the Regos. Then they even have little other pieces you could buy, little other tops and shit. But yeah, that's crazy though, because like here's another thing that they did, and I don't know if it's just California, but remember, they made it to where if you're shoplifting, you know, it has to be over a certain limit, or they you know, they can't like take you in type of shit. They just arrest you on paper. Right. You know what I mean, so it's like, and the store people that work in the store, they're not even allowed to stop you anymore unless it's like a certain amount or some bullshit like that. But like
on you at all, I don't think.
Yeah, and I think it's like it's like $900 or something like that. It's like if it's under $900, they're like it's like an infraction versus like an actual, what do they call shoplifting charge? Is that larceny? No.
It just depends on how much money it's for. If it go over a certain amount of, if you what you stealing, if it go over a certain amount, then they could charge you with a felony. Then you got the little petty shoplifting.
There it is, petty theft. There it is. Yeah, petty theft is like fucking up to $900 or some shit. It's like, whoa, motherfuckers can steal a TV. You know what I mean? Just walk. Hey, food be brazen like that. Look at it. Them bitches was brazen, huh? Stuffing all them Stanleys in the woo wop 20. Then they took off running old school.
Man,
Nothing slick about that one. They're just like, get in and get the fuck out.
It said that one of the brides took the police on a high speed chase because she had the stolen Stanleys.
You would thought she had bricks, huh? You would thought the bitch had bees in there. She's like, oh no, they're gonna catch me with all these Stanleys. She was going triple digits down the E-way. She was trying to get. She's like, I get out into the next state. It's not their jurisdiction, and I get away with all the Stanleys.
Oh, everything. But in two of the cases that they caught the people stealing, right? One of them said they had 28 cups. One of them said they had 24 cups. Now, if they getting, say, for instance, on the low for them cups, $20, 28 cups is $560 if you're getting $20 for each cup. If the other people that hit for 24 cups, if they sold them for 20, they getting $480. So you getting damn near.
We got a special guest real quick, babe. We need a vouch real quick. So, what's the most you've spent on a Stanley? What's the most you've spent on a Stanley? $60. God fucking damn it! What the fuck? This is why I don't have Stanleys.
Here it is, there. Oh my mama. So if
she said we're shipping this shit, but yeah, because. Are you aware, babe, of the uprise in Stanley theft? See, she's knowing. She's like, yeah, it's ridiculous. See, motherfuckers is going crazy out there. Boosting the Stanleys.
That's my first time hearing about the boosters going to go get the Stanleys. You know what I mean? But it makes sense because they so hot right now. You know what I mean? I'm not
going to say something right now. There's other joints called La Boobies or La Bobos. Labubos? Laboobies.
What is that?
So they're like these little like hairy monster looking little plushies, right? And they're like on a keychain thing. But they come from Asia though. Mm-hmm. Where they come from? China? They come from one, but these joints are called Pop Marts.
You got a order from them or they sell it here in the States?
Yeah, it's the stores that sells the shit. I think they got one in like Roseville.
Oh.
But like when we was down in LA, we was going all different kind of stores looking for these motherfuckers, you know what I mean? And they be hitting too. They're not cheap. But like for example, her folks were just in the PI, so they went and bought a big gang of them out there because you know what I'm saying. Like, but this is how people was making a guap, bro. But my girl said people's hell stealing those too.
100%.
Rob a whole Pop Mart store. Come up.
I mean, shit. Legos. We got the special edition Legos. I think we did a story about that later. Sometime last year, where motherfuckers was going in the store and getting.
The Lego game ain't no joke. Legos is like safer than stocks. Some people will argue.
Is that right?
You got to have the certain woo-wop stuff.
Right.
Like for example, I remember my man's right. It was about 2 years ago. They re-released the Millennium Falcon. Shout out to my man Jimmy. He hits me up. He's like, "Hey, bro, buy." He's like, "Buy as many as you can, bro." I'm like, I look at it, it's like $1,200 for one. I'm like, "Fuck no." He's like, "I'm telling you," he's like, "they're gonna double and triple, like in a short period of time." I'm like, "I'm not buying no fucking Millennium Falcons." You know what I mean? Then a couple years later, he's like, "Yeah," he's like, "I sold one of them for $6." I'm like,
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, because they only come out with so many. Right. And like, he had sent me a link. He was like, "This site has a bunch of them." He's like, you try to buy as many as you can. He's like, there's like a limit. He was over there copping hell of them. You know what I mean?
And he knew that them bitches was finna go up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh my mama. And
it's just like the shoe game. But Legos is crazy. Like motherfuckers is putting their kids through college type of shit.
My mama is trapping the baseball card game, the football card game, the hoop card game. You know what I mean? It's all types of shit, the shoe shit. So I follow Remy the Icon on YouTube. You know what I mean? It was this one dude that came I forgot where he came from in Asia, but he came with some one of ones. You know what I mean? And Remy wouldn't even buy them because dude wanted too much. And since it's a one-on-one, it's gonna make it harder to sell because the price point gonna be so high. So you only gonna get maybe one or two.
You gotta be like an extravagant collector.
100%.
You know what I mean?
And the shoe might not even fit you. You got to get the right person that fit the shoe, but also got the Guccini to get the shoe. 100%. So you know what I mean? That shit is crazy.
It's like that Wu-Tang album.
Right, facts. The what's the boy name?
You can't hear it for 84 years.
What was the pharmacist name? I mean, the pharmaceutical billionaire name.
Martin Scarelli.
Oh, my mama, Scarelli. Facts.
That's funny. I pulled that out the woodwork because that fool became like infamous because he was doing some cricket shit in the pharmaceutical woo-wop. You feel me?
Facts. So
He
what
was
happened
whopping
was
them.
he raised the price on one of them patents because I think he was the exclusive dude that had that pill.
That medicine or whatever specific product he had.
On my mama, he raised the price on that bitch. Top of the morning, Crooked Commish. What's going
What's up,
on?
Cricket Commish?
On my mama.
Hey, oh yeah, hey, I could not figure it. I figured it out this morning though. Cause I was like, I never ever had to sign in to the Google shit. Like while I'm jumping in the stream route, but I didn't want to stall up the show. But yeah, definitely I'm looking forward to jumping on one of those next availabilities though. For sure. Shout out to Kirk Commish and the Chicago Clubhouse.
Hell yeah, I had a hell of a time, man. Shout out to Chicago Joe too, man. Went and follow Chicago Joe. You know, I ain't no big gambler or whatnot. You know,
I like his philosophy though. He's
100%.
like, I only bet underdogs.
Underdogs, 100%.
Like, why exactly though, right? Like, why aren't you? This is how you're gonna make the money,
right?
You feel me? So let's go ahead and bet these underdogs.
100%.
And like, I love people that are jack of all trades, but I definitely appreciate a master of one. And like, it seems to be like his system. This is what he's zeroed in on. You feel 100%. Me? Like, I'm underdogs.
100% on everything. Facts. So shout out to Chicago Joe. Shout out to my dog, the Crooked Commish. Make sure y'all go.
Man, shout out to Crick.
Go sub up, man. 100%, man. Johnny said, how the baseball draft go? I was in there for the first few rounds. Baseball is baseball fantasy is like a job, bro. That shit is.
It's like It's like reading Japanese to me. And for those that don't know, I don't know how to read Japanese.
Konnichiwa. That's all I know is konnichiwa. Shout out to one of my homies.
Yeah, man. Konnichiwa, bitches. I think that's Chinese.
I think that's Japanese.
Oh, the Japanese?
Yeah,
okay,
everything. I think it's hello. Oh,
hey, but you know what? But Gung, hey, Fat Choi, all my Chinese homies out there. Hey.
Talk about it, man.
Yeah.
Doug says some people move bricks, some move Stanley Cup. So everything lying, bro.
Fuck you. I'm about to listen. I'll tell the motherfuckers, listen, turn it up to the max and steal the actual Stanley Cup. You know what I mean? Who won that thing last year?
Shit, I ain't gonna lie.
Fucking run up in their facility and steal the cup. Put that shit on. Go down to Mexico and put it on the market. Hey, them cartel collectors will give you like a few M's for it. Like, yeah, you know,
we got the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, Stanley Cup.
We don't cartel with the Stanley Cup.
The NHL Stanley Cup. What? Paid a couple million for it. Cash.
Oh, my mama.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to find people that just do shit, boss shit, just for the sake of saying it. You know what I mean? Eccentric rich motherfuckers. Yeah, you know, you show up at a motherfucker's house, he's drinking his coffee out of the giant Stanley Cup. You know what I mean? Boss.
You know, he got Bailey's in his coffee if he's drinking coffee out.
His coffee's Irish.
The Stanley Cup.
That motherfucker's Irish for sure, huh?
100%. All alcohol out that bitch.
He said Bailey's. There's Bailey's in the motherfucker. Goddamn. What's that other one? Jaeger.
Come on now.
I forgot Jaeger in that motherfucker.
Crooked said he thought it was Tampa that might have won it last year. On my mama.
Oh, okay, the Rays. Oh, that's why they're getting a new joint.
Tampa. No, the Lightning.
Oh no, that the Rays is baseball. See, this is how much I know.
He said it was the Panthers.
Oh, okay, word.
I don't know where the Panthers is though.
I know, right?
And then he said, for sure, man, we gonna get you up on that motherfucker, man.
Yeah, man. We're gonna get on that thing. Pause.
It's a Florida team. Okay, for sure, man. Hey, I don't know too much about
you know what I mean? Man. Hey, you know what's funny though? It's like being from San Jose, when I would be all over the place and be like, where's San Jose? I'd be like, the Bay. They'd be like, Green Bay? Nah, bro. Be like, Tampa Bay? No, fool. Like San Jose Sharks. And they're, oh, okay.
Oh, my mama.
Then they still don't know where it's at, but there's something tied to it. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, I heard of San Jose.
Yeah, fact. Do you remember? So this might be a little bit before your time, but Gretzky, Jordan, and I think it was Bo Jackson that had a cartoon.
Oh, word.
On my mama.
I mean, shit, those were hold on, run that back. So yeah, Wayne Gretzky.
I think it was Jordan and Bo Jackson. Now I might be got a little bit mixed up in that, but they had a fucking cartoon back in the day, bro. On my mama. Facts.
YouTube got it for sure.
No, 100% facts. Hey, you got anything else on the fucking Stanley shit?
I mean, you know, there's criminals on every side of the spectrum. And rule of thumb, if you can see it, you can grab it. So nowadays, don't even leave your Stanley in your cars neither. It's the new CD booklet. You know what I mean? They say, oh, break your shit. Now they're taking Stanleys.
Oh, my feelings was hurt when my CD books used to get stuck.
Come on.
Because I'd be hired in a motherfucker and I'd just leave all my windows down in the summertime. And like, fuck it, right? And you know what I mean? Back then, it was kind of hard to get CDs until they started burning them motherfuckers, right? And so,
right.
my
even then, though, too, somebody still thinking the burn joints be hot. All that work.
Oh, everything. Let's see. I'm down to heist the real Stanley Cup. Let's get it on the news. That's gonna go viral.
And then, at minimum, we'll sell the movie rights and the book rights to it.
Come on, now on plot
to the story.
Get the Stanley Cup.
Getting that Stanley Cup.
Oh my baba.
I ain't never been blessed with the skills to play NHL level hockey. So that's gonna be the closest I can get to a Stanley Cup.
Come on now. Man, I ain't been ice skating. Man, damn, speaking of that, I don't even remember the last time I was ice skating. Because we got a little ice skating ring when Christmas time come, or maybe like around November when Thanksgiving come, and they go all the way to like New Year's or something like that, right there by the Golden One Arena. I think that might have been the last. It's been years though, bro.
Down in San Jose, we always have like Christmas in the park and shit like that. And then they'll have the little ice skating rinks out there, like the little open air, and they turn that woo-wop into a fucking ice skating shit. I'm not on the ice, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, bro, I'll be skating, but not on the ice. You feel me? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just, you know what I mean? Yeah, I was never the extracurricular when it came to, you know what I mean? Yeah, I used to skate though back in the days, back in my heyday.
Hell yeah,
I still wear Vans.
Oh my mama. Well, see, I like to have a skating ring when we was kids, so I wasn't living out here when the skating ring was popping. But if I was out here on some type of school break or just for the weekends or something, I'm trying to get to the motherfucking Cal skate with my big cousins. Man, that motherfucker used to go down as a kid. So I know how to get around the rink and all that. I can't skate backwards, you know what I mean? But I could push around that motherfucker. So I know how to ice skate and shit like that, but I just, how to just get around. I don't know how to do other shit on that motherfucker.
Yeah, back in the days, I remember I think it was like high school or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That was the one time they got me on them skates. Because, it was one of them, it was like they called a Malibu rink or something like that. It was always popping. You got a DJ. You know what I mean? And then like, boom, I'm just sitting there holding on to all the broads. You know what I mean?
Oh, my mama.
I cannot skate. Things attached to my feet. I could do the skis and I could do the snowboard. But you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do the rollerblades or I could barely rollerblade or barely ice skate. Like I could do like, you know what I mean? But I don't look pretty doing it either. I'm doing one of these. You know what I mean?
My mama. Hey, Ghost.
Close to the wall.
Hey, Ghost, I did see that. Ghost said, did you guys see that story? The guy that stole not one, but two Tom Brady Super Bowl jerseys.
Yeah, hell yeah. And they have footage of him. And he was posed as a Mexican. He was representing like the Mexican, like some kind of Mexican
news station.
Media.
Yeah, he worked for the news station.
International. There you go. He worked for them. And so he would get he would get a media pass. And he would just smooth get up in there into the locker room. Because they would have media in the locker room right after. And he would just smooth one in there and just walked in there with a bag, like folded up, walked out with a bag like full of something. You know what I mean? They got him on footage twice.
Not only did he get that, though, he had Von Miller's helmet from when they won the Super Bowl, and he was the MVP. So the motherfucker, the way that he got caught was by the conventions. So in that story, so I think what Ghost is talking about, I don't know if I seen the 30 for 31, but it was Fox Sports because it was Brady. They were interviewing shit, you know what I mean? They had Fox people on there and all that, you know what I mean? But this motherfucker was going to conventions trying to swap shit, you know what I mean? He had a jersey, I forgot who jersey it was, but it raised the red flag. That's how they started getting on Brush Trail, 100%. And he was using his regular name for the auction sites and shit like that too, bro, 100%.
It's funny because Ice-T of all people, right? He always said something that resonated with me. He said, man, it's not about the crime that you're committing. It's about how to get away with the crime that you're committing. You know what I mean? Because, man, like, how brazen is that? But it's smooth at the same time. He just goes in the locker rooms and just steals shit, using his media passes to be able to wiggle. You feel me? And then, but he just doesn't have the wherewithal to like sell it like to someone else, right? Off rip.
Off the
Black,
black,
I mean, like he wants to go online and uses freaking accounts on these auction sites or some shit. Like,
no, them is facts. And see, what the thing was is like them game worn jerseys is like one of the highest selling things in that industry. This is what the thing that I seen was talking about, right? So when bruh got to communicating and telling motherfuckers he had a game worn jerseys of certain motherfuckers, that shit raised red flags 100%.
Because you'll be able to, there's a paper trail too to for him having media passes to X, Y, and Z games. They'll be able to pull it up and be like, oh yeah, he was at all these games. Where all these players that were at these games and reported jerseys missing. You know what I mean?
Facts. They had the FBI involved in that shit, bro, because it was an international crime. Everything.
Yeah, and Mexico Smooth doesn't do. They don't do the.
Mexican authorities helped out.
What is that the right word? Expedite.
No, that Mexican authorities helped out. Help with the situation.
Okay, word.
Yeah.
They helped them get the Migo.
Oh my
man. Like, listen, he's over here, bro. He's
tucked
off.
Cricket said, "You're telling me that Telemundo guy got him?"
Hey, you ain't lying.
Still in the second one.
Hey, listen, growing up, we used to just like whenever there'd be commercials on something that I'm watching, I'm like, fucking flip to Telemundo. Always bad ones on there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like a prerequisite.
For sure.
Like, damn, that's how they make them down there. You feel me? Telemundo.
You're a fool. Ghost said, still in the second one is the one that got him popped. He had 15 years of real play memorabilia. That shit crazy, bro.
Very elusive.
Very elusive on my mama. He's an expert thief for sure.
You know what I mean? They're gonna make a movie about him. See, you know what's funny too? It's like he'd be just smooth moving through the locker room. There's people getting interviewed and shit. He just in there and just take somebody's jersey.
Come on now.
Even to know, I mean, there's got to be other people involved too, because it's like you can't be in there lollygag. You got to go in there, go straight to the locker room of the person you're looking for. You know what I mean? You might even have somebody interviewing Tom Brady, and then you go in there.
And that's what happened. So Brady's
room 42.
So they got Brady on camera saying, "I want to keep this jersey." Right before Brett steal it, they got the video because it's
yeah.
So they got it.
Oh, I think you even see bro walk in the background of that video.
I think so. I forgot. So they say, they show Brady telling, "I want this jersey." Well, why? So Brett I guess he go get dressed. And when he come back, man, he hotter than a motherfucker because he say he don't keep them type of jerseys or some shit he said, right?
Because that was this was the Falcons 28-3 fucking comeback win in overtime MVP.
His mom had just beat cancer that soup. So because during that whole season, his mom.
Yeah, he got suspended early too. Remember that shit? The Deflategate suspension finally kicked into gear.
Oh my man, he was madder. I mean, you could tell, bro. He was hotter than man. Where my motherfucking jersey at?
And they got it back. See, and that's where he said, "Hey, Dad." Yes, Tommy. Yeah, Dad, it's me. He's calling fucking what's his name?
Robert
Kraft.
Oh my mama.
He called Kraft. Say, "Hey, Dad, I need you to get my jersey."
100%.
Don't worry, Tommy. I'll call the FBI.
Man, and they got that shit done, bro.
Right? It was an international fucking coup. A fucking two. You have the Mexicans and the Americans working together in cahoots to get Tom Terrific's jersey back.
Man,
that's a one of one.
100%. You know what I mean?
My favorite though in that Super Bowl, right? Because they're coming back fucking roaring, right? And then and Brady's throwing 300, 350, 400, 450, 500. Then Joe Buck goes, "Oh, I think he just broke your record right there, Troy." And Troy was just crickets. He didn't say nothing.
He was hot.
He was.
He was better than a motherfucker.
Bring it up.
Hey, real talk.
Tom Brady's like, "Listen, I'm going to keep this jersey. It's where I shattered the fuck out of Troy Aikman's single Super Bowl passing record."
Yeah, that shit.
In the first overtime win ever.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom Brady, isn't that kind of annoying? This is why people are annoyed by him, but I actually dig it. It's like he does all the firsts. You know what I mean? Well, he has a lot of the firsts.
That's my guy right there, man.
You know what I mean? Shit, even when he got to Tampa, he was like, you know what? Let me throw for 5,000 for the first time in my career. Is that the first time? Either way. But then he's like, you know what? We're gonna win the first Super Bowl that motherfucker hosted. You know what I mean?
Right.
Boom. It used to be bad luck to be like, you're like, oh, the Super Bowl's in Tampa, and you're like, oh, Tampa's done. You know what I mean? First time ever in history. I think the closest I ever seen prior to that was like, remember the Vikings hosted the Eagles in 2017 because the Vikings were hosting the Super Bowl that year, but the Vikings got queso. The queso. He was on the case.
Everything.
He almost did it.
Cricket Commish said anything that's a one of one is going to draw eyeballs. 100%.
Yeah, bro. Where'd you get this? You know. See, that's why you got to go full black market on that shit.
100%.
And I think didn't he had fled to Mexico or something? Or no, that's where he was from.
Yeah, he lived.
Go up in there and get him initially, right? But then, see, this is what I'm saying. They had footage of him, all this shit floating around. He was on the FBI fucking list and whatnot. But see, if I was him, I would have been like, pull up the footage. See later, that's me. This is real right here, bro. You know what I mean? One of one.
One of
You know
one.
what I mean, yeah, motherfucking cartel boss, like, you know what? Yeah,
I'll take
I mean,
this.
he just got $5 million on him, just cash. You know, it's cartel shit. You feel me?
Go ahead and run it. Oh,
Dude, they might even kill his ass and just take that shit out. That's probably why he was like, listen, you have a one-on-one. That's kind of day. Like you have to be like an extravagant collector, otherwise you selling it and it's hot. You know what I mean? That shit hot. That shit stolen. This is all bad.
Stolen, bro. Oh, everything. You know what I mean? And then it's like
Where's your ticket of authenticity?
And, right. And you can't even keep this motherfucker on display. You know what I mean? Because you get the wrong motherfuckers. Once you get to showing your shit off, you might get the wrong motherfucker being like, man,
fuck it, I'm a boss. Just wear it.
Wow.
You ever seen that movie, Arthur?
Arthur?
Russell Brand, the English, I think he's British. The British dude.
Yeah, the motherfucker that used to be on MTV, I think.
Yeah. So this fool, right? He has a movie where he's like an eccentric rich dude. So he's like, and the movie starts off, he's at an auction, and it's for a tuxedo and top hat worn by what's his name? The president with Abraham Lincoln. Right? Oh, wow. So they're bidding it up. It's getting up there in the M's. You know what I mean? Boom, he wins the auction. Then the next scene it shows him he's wearing it. He's just skipping down the street. You know what I mean? And then he hops in his car. It's the Batman car from Batman Returns. You know what I mean? He just buys hella shit. He's just balling. You know what I mean? See, why not? See, at that point, sell it to someone like that. You know what I mean?
Who just don't give a fuck. Oh,
yeah, you gotta get in the black market. Where you going online? Yeah, but yeah, I think there is a 30 for 30 about bruh.
He said, Crooked Commission said Arthur was always drunk.
See? I'll take it.
Oh, everything.
Fucking drunk and you're balling. See? Eccentric rich.
Anything going out on with the Cubs though?
Man, it sounds like a smart thing until you get caught. You know what I mean? I mean, shit. What's 20 of them for $60?
Well, see, I just did the math on your girl said 60, right? So I just cut that in half for the boosters. That's
because they're gonna have it for the low.
That's $840. That's a bandicoot right there for 30 cups, 28 cups.
See, and that ain't shit. That's too slow for me. If I'm talking about like I'm trying to hit for a flip. You know what I mean? Maybe one of these days we're gonna hear one of these stories where somebody just stole a whole goddamn Stanley truck. You know what I mean? Where's that? Boom, they hit for the big one. Then even then, how do you move these things? Like on Amazon or eBay or some shit. They might be able to find. They're about to start putting serial numbers on these Stanleys. Like just like when you rob a bank for hella money, you start spending that money. They know all the serial numbers. They're gonna start picking up. Oh, this is some flag money right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's no way to do it.
I see why the boosters is doing it though.
Still the actual Stanley Cup. Now we're talking millions.
For only 28 cups, they hitting for a band. If you go get 60 cups between 2 stores, 3 stores, you got $2,000. They not.
Okay, I guess that's not so bad.
Everything. I understand why. Like I said, I'm not
hitting store to store.
I'm not condoning it, but I understand why they going in here to go get it because man, they running it up with that shit, bro. I see why Lil Baby did. Well, no, let me stop. I'm not gonna say that. Oh, everything. Let's get into the